Hey guys, I'm Meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather and a lot of discussion on this update about the pattern and what's next. Right now, this very large high pressure ridge is going to build in to the Pacific Northwest, BC, and probably cover California for several days. I think the pattern will shift substantially on or after 11/21 and become more active, but between now and then, things are really going to be pretty dry for those areas. And most of the Intermountain West is where the snow is going to be. Montana, Banff, Wyoming, Colorado, northern New Mexico, and what's going to be a very fast north to south jet flow. So I'll look at all of those things in this update. I want to show you the current pattern on infrared satellite. So there's your big high right now building into the Pacific Northwest, and it is covering the axis of this thing is going to cover pretty much all of the West Coast, BC, Pacific Northwest. And this low, this big low right here, this is headed into Alaska and will help to keep and amplify this ridge. So the two are going to be working in tandem. And then this low is a player down the road. So that's the current setup. And you can kind of see this fast north to south flow on the jet. That's going to bring disturbances and cold fronts straight out of Canada and run them down through Montana, Wyoming, and into Colorado. I discussed a lot of this on my blog this morning, christomer.com. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Pattern shift on or after 11/21. I had some bullet points on here on the current pattern and who it's going to favor, which is Banff, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, northern New Mexico. I also mentioned my YouTube channel, which is this channel right here. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to that. I talked about the current setup and then the pattern change. On or after 11/21, I've got these jet stream forecasts loaded into my show here. So let me just bring these up so you can see them full. This is 11/16, so this is Wednesday. You can see the big high protecting the West Coast, the fast north to south jet stream full of streaks coming down through Banff and into Montana, Wyoming, Colorado. So some very fast winds. These cold fronts that are being snatched and then pulled along on this like a conveyor belt are moving very fast, and they bring reinforcing shots of cold air through the Intermountain West and also quick, small shots of snow. We're not talking about big chances, big blockbuster snows with this type of pattern, but just fast stuff. So that's the 16th. All right, now watch this. This is the 22nd, Tuesday, and it's a completely different pattern. It has shifted. And by this point, you're talking about a very active flow, powerful jet hitting. You can see the colors hitting Whistler, the Pacific Northwest, BC, and then that precip would be blown into the interior, into Banff, and the northern tier of the Rockies, really, as things start to change. And then eventually this jet would probably sink further to the south and affect more places, including possibly California. We'll see. So that is the jet stream pattern right now. I want to take you back to my blog here, and we'll go into the next phase of this, which is the timing. So this is the forecast radar and satellite. I'll take it full so you can see it. Let me just start it right here. All right, so by the time we get into Tuesday morning, fast north to south flow brings some snow showers through Montana, Wyoming, Colorado. Here's 6 a.m. Thursday, another one coming south on that fast flow. Friday at 6 right there, it dives out. And there's Saturday at 6 a.m. and there's Saturday night at 11. Not a lot, if anything, happening across the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, BC, really out of the flow with that high pressure. Let me run this out one more time. So here is Tuesday at 6. There is Wednesday at 6. Thursday comes the next disturbance, next cold front. Friday at 6. And there is Saturday at 6, and there's Saturday night, the 19th, at 11 p.m. Okay, so forecast snowfall. I've got this in two phases, early period and late period. 11/14 through 11/16, so all of today through the 16th. Notice the only snow on here is very light, and it's basically Banff, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, northern New Mexico, 1 to 4 inches. That's it. Unfortunately, I just don't have anything else. Too fast, too cold. It's not a major setup. So that's phase 1. Let me go into phase 2. So this is the 17th through the 22nd. Some important things to mention here. What you see happening in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, and California is after the 20th. It's 21st or later. So that's later in the period. It's not earlier, it's later. What you see in the interior Rockies happens throughout the time frame. So Banff, Montana, Wyoming, even that northern, even just barely brushing northern Utah and into Colorado, northern New Mexico, that's just that fast north to south flow, taking those cold fronts and escorting them south very quickly with very quick shots of snow and cold air. So really the hope here for most of the West comes later in the period with that pattern shift on or after the 21st. So there you go. That is my forecast update today. Always appreciate you guys tuning in here. Take care and have a great day.